Hello, friends, and welcome to Pathologic Volume 2, Episode 24. If you are a regular viewer, first of all, thank you. That means a lot to me. But also I want to let you know that tomorrow will be a special episode that will break our format a little bit, and it should be a lot of fun, so please be sure to tune in for that. But today, we're doing our usual thing of solving one puzzle that is of a genre we haven't seen before. This one is, I suppose, the third in a trilogy, sort of ice-related puzzles. We did Icelam, and then we did Barns, and now we're doing something called Icebarns, which has some similarities in the rules, but other things that we haven't seen before. So in order to play that, we should start by taking a look at the rules. Icebarn is a line drawing puzzle. We will draw a path through the centers of some cells, entering the grid at the in marking and exiting at the out marking. So this is a puzzle where we're going to be drawing a line, and as you can see here, it is green line in the example, and that it goes from in to out, and that not every cell in the grid is taken up by the path, as is the case in some other puzzle types. The path must travel through all of the arrows in the indicated direction. So you can see in the puzzle there are arrows that cross borders of cells, and the line will definitely go through those. The path cannot intersect over a non-icy cell. Two perpendicular line segments may intersect each other only on icy cells, but they may not turn at their intersection or otherwise overlap. So this is in common with other puzzles that use the ice idea. These light blue sections are the icy patches, and as you can see, if a line enters an icy patch, it goes all the way across without turning to the other side. And we can have cross intersections only on the ice areas, not on the white, I guess we'd call them snow areas. The path may not turn on icy cells, and each orthogonally connected group of icy cells must be passed through at least once. Orthogonally connected just means connected by an edge, so these two cells are not considered orthogonally connected. But this domino is orthogonally connected. Not all cells need to be traveled through. Again, as we said before, there are a couple example empty spaces in this solution. Those are the rules of Icebarn, so it's time to solve a puzzle. Today's Icebarn puzzle was set by Tyrgannus. Alright, I'm going to start by just drawing the given lines into the grid. This isn't actually doing anything, but it is allowing me to stall for a little bit as I think about how this is going to work. We have some of these lines that have entered icy cells, so they've got to go through them. And we don't have to visit all of the cells in this one, so I can't do anything with immediate corner deductions, but I can do some things with these arrow facings I see. Since the line can only go in one direction, we have arrows determining the direction. We couldn't, for example, draw a line through here, because then the head of an arrow would touch the head of another arrow. And this is the same thing over here, where the tail of an arrow would hit the tail of an arrow. So I can mark those, which is going to give me a couple more segments. This is going to have to turn and go all the way straight through. This has to go straight through anyway, and has to turn on this side and go straight through. This has to go through. And again, we have tails that can't touch each other, so that is not going to be a line. So it's going to have to turn and therefore go all the way through. And do we have that happening over on this side as well? We have a head of an arrow and the head of an arrow, so we don't go through this edge. We don't go through the ice there. So both of these have to turn like so. Now we have the head of an arrow and the head of another arrow, so those don't meet. Any others of those that are obvious? This is the tail of an arrow and the tail of another arrow, so they do not meet. So this has to turn. and hook up that way. This has to turn. Now, what I'm going to mark, just for my own sanity, I'm going to mark the edges of the ice that are known to not be crossed. So we couldn't enter, for example, here because we'd hit another line that doesn't go through. Same thing here. This might be okay. Here we couldn't enter there. We can't do that. We can't do that. There are fewer of them than I expected, actually. Okay, other places where the lines can't meet up. Could this go up? I think that might be a problem. This is the head of an arrow. This is also the head of an arrow. Those can't meet, so we can't go through the ice there. So this one has to turn. And now we've got the head of an arrow and the head of an arrow. So that's also blocked off. We're still at the head. Can't go up there. Could go there. Could go there. Those are both tails. So we could meet up with either of those. Okay, so now we've got a head and a head. They can't meet. So that does meet up like that. This must turn. It could go there and meet up with this tail. Maybe that's likely. I'm not sure. But this section now needs to get out and see the outside world twice. And what I can say about that is this is possible because it would be head meets tail. This is possible because it would be head meets tail. But we can't have both of them because if we did, we'd have a loop right there that is not part of the big path. So one of those is going to be happening and the other one is going to have to be across this middle. So this is where the line comes in, and then this is going to be where the line comes out because this would be an in if we made this line. So this is the out. So this does not match up. These go like that and out here. Has to keep going. Can't close that loop too early. This is a head. This is a head. If we went into this cell, we'd meet up. So we don't go into this cell. We turn upward and meet up with that. This can't go south by the same token. It's got to turn and go through there. All right, now this cell is off limits. We can't have tail meets tail. So that connects. Now this comes up here. This is blocked off on 3 sides, so we don't come through here. We must come up here. Can't close too early, so we're going to go through. And the in can't connect here because then in and out would skip most of the grid. So that doesn't happen. It hooks up there, and this hooks up down here. And now we have a path that goes through all 4 of the icy regions, all of the arrows in the correct direction. So we can check our work here. And that is how you solve an Icebarn.